Hey everyone, it's Sun Types, and I got some news for you. So, unfortunately, news hasn't been super crazy this past week, although you could say it's nice to have some calm. But we have seen a few things. First of all, the pre-release promos of Twilight Masquerade have been revealed or leaked. I don't know if these are leaks or reveals, but yeah, this is cool. I guess they are official. We've seen this Thwacky, Infernape, Frostlass, and Tachigiri. I will actually be talking about these in the future. I'm really excited to talk some about them. They're really cool. Tachigiri. Oh, attract customers. So do these are obviously in English, and so I guess if you don't speak English or are not watching it, you wouldn't know that. But they are in English. Um, and so Tajigiri's attract customers ability is great, letting you look at the top six, get a supporter from there as an ability. It's good, reminiscent of Jirachi from Team Up, and also Mew from Celebrations, and some other cards. It's similar, not the same, but it's going to be good. And then we also see Infernape from Twilight Masquerade. I think Infernape's a cool Pokemon. There's going to be I think like a full art that looks super cool, but I think Infernape's like a cool Pokemon. I like fire types, and this is pretty cool. It accelerates basic fire, basic fighting from your hand to your Pokemon any way you like. You can accelerate both or just one, and you have an attack 200 for 3, pretty solid. It's similar to Dragonite from Soaring Storm theme deck from Unified Minds, and also kind of like Evolve from like Guardians Horizon, I want to say, and some other Colossal is actually the same energy types as Colossal from Rebel Clash, I believe is the set, and yeah, presumably some older cards. I'm not so familiar with older cards. Then we have Frostlass, which is kind of like Shrine of Punishment actually during Pokemon Checkup, which is between each player's turn. So this would happen twice between the start of your consecutive turns. But during Pokemon Checkup, put one damage counter on each Pokemon that has an ability, both yours and your opponent's, except Frostlass. So other Frostlasses, they won't be knocking each other out, which is nice. And this one's blurry, unfortunately. And then we see Thwacky. This Thwacky looks super goofy. Um, but yeah. Oh, also self damage. It has been a bit of a, I don't know if I'd say a theme, but we have seen a few cards recently with it. There's an Emolga. There's a, which is not out yet. There is a or I don't believe the Molga's out. There's a Raichu, which is out, which just came out, and the Frostlass. But anyways, then we get to see this Thwacky. It looks kind of weird, but Boom Boom Grow, which is kind of a funny ability name, once during your turn, and this does not have a restriction. So you can use this if you have multiple Thwackies. You can use each ability, unlike Quick Search, but it lets you search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, any card, but only if your active Pokemon has the Festival Lead ability. This ability lets you attack twice. There's some stuff going on, but yeah, it's good. It's cool. I'm going to talk about it somewhere in the future, but I think Thwacky is going to be really fun. I think these are all really cool cards. I think Infernape's probably the worst by a bit of a noticeable margin, but really cool cards. And so I forgot to mention this, but hopping into the reason why you probably clicked on this video, DNA. So I'm just going to read out the title of the article. DNA, spelled DENA, developing Pokemon TCG Pocket under rebranded Pokemon subsidiary with 50 million yen capital. So 50 million yen is not actually that much. For those of you not familiar with yen, including myself, I'm not super familiar with it. But this is around $300,000, which actually isn't that much. But this is kind of weird. So this is like a business side of things, but there are a few things we need to talk about here. So it's actually rebranding from DNA Digital Production to the Pokemon Card D Studio Co. I don't really know what this means, like what the point of this is, but that's fun. It's been announced. I actually don't know what this website is. It's in Japanese. Okay. So yeah, I'm looking at Poke Beach, and so you can read that Japanese article if you want. But anyways, so that's a thing. They're rebranding. Does this matter that the name changes? No, as far as I am aware. But this is interesting. Apparently, it was originally established in 2020, just 6 months after the release of Pokemon Masters EX, which is what DNA is known for, developing alongside Pokemon. And then it's joint owned 66% by DNA, 33% by the Pokemon Company, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And it's supposed to promote collaboration between the two companies. I don't exactly know what that means, but it'd be like I know what collaboration means because they are working. The Pokemon Company and DNA are collectively working on Pokemon trading card game Pocket, Pokemon TCG Pocket. PTCGP, I guess. Although I don't know if I've seen that written. But I guess I should say what it is for those of you who don't know, although I don't fully know. But what it is essentially a way to play Pokemon TCG and get cards and packs. And the game rules are different, the cards are different, and they are presumably all exclusively digital and online. It's mobile. I don't know if it's exclusively mobile. It might be, but it's designed first and foremost to mobile, kind of like Pokemon TCG Live was, but even more so. If you know, well, we're going to talk about Pokemon TCG Live in a moment, but Pokemon TCG Live was initially designed towards mobile, but it wasn't really, it wasn't fully designed towards mobile. It fundamentally failed as a mobile game, so that's obviously, not good. You don't want to fail, but it did fail, and so it shifted. You can still play it on mobile, but it's not optimized for it. Some ways it kind of is deck viewers, but for the most part, it's designed for no specific system. But DNA's or the Pokemon Company's Pokemon TCG Pocket is designed exclusively or predominantly for mobile. Outside of that, it says this PokeBeach article says, and PokeBeach is like a Pokemon news website, unofficial, and it says presumably renaming the subsidiary is a demonstration of DNA's commitment to Pokemon TCG Pocket. Is that good? Yes, that's very, very good. So yeah, we'll talk about it in live just in just a moment, and yeah, it's gonna be incentivized to support the app for years to come. Again, presumably, and then the release date. I have Google Chrome on my phone, and it gives like articles recommended. And I saw an article. It says, and it was from a few days ago. It said, "Oh, what are we like? What's the news on Pokemon TCG's Pocket's release date?" And I like clicked on the article. I was like so excited, and it didn't say anything. There is no more new news about the release date or time of Pokemon TCG Pocket other than 2024, which is obviously this year, and that's okay. We are obviously approaching the summer, and so I originally thought it was going to be released in the summer. I think it's possible. I will be shocked if we don't get any news this summer, and if we don't, then that will be bad. Um, I don't really like comparing Pocket or like Live or anything developed by a big company to something developed by a very small group of people, but I will compare it to Twinleaf. Twinleaf or Twinleaf.gg was developed by Dan TDM and a few other people. Of course, a very small team, but that was something that they did say coming soon, but it never really, at that time recording, fully delivered on that. So, and same thing with Pocket, but they do have like a definitive date, but it's a very long ways out, which is a little like unfortunate. It was revealed at the start of the year, so they gave themselves a lot of time to work with, but presumably they have a working product. We did see some video footage of the game. It looks cool. It looks actually really cool. I've heard some mixed thoughts on it, but for the most part, it's been positive. But yeah, we need to wait. But a few other things. I said we talked about live, and we need to talk about the Pokemon Company International. A big thing with Pokemon TCG Pocket is that it has been, Pokemon TCG Live is that it's been developed by the Pokemon Company International. Well, Pokemon TCG Pocket is developed by the Pokemon Company. I know some of you may be thinking being developed by the Pokemon Company International seems better so that more people can play it, but the Pokemon Company International actually has like a smaller domain, like regional wise, than the Pokemon Company. The Pokemon Company is the head company. It's a little confusing, and I don't know all the details, but long story short, it's better that it's not being developed by the Pokemon Company International. That is potentially why Pokemon TCG Live has struggled. It's been, I think the best word to describe it has been underwhelming or disappointing. You could argue it's bad, and I would probably agree, but it has had some like good points. I mean, it's a very solid way to play the Pokemon TCG, my preferred way, and I imagine many of the viewers' preferred ways, and many of your preferred ways. And if you haven't played it, I'd recommend you play it. You do need a somewhat, like at least a solid computer, unfortunately, but it's still pretty good. Solid computer, solid internet. But outside of that, this money that's for the subsidiary is small. I guess it's not like I honestly don't know how much it should take, but from what I've heard, it seems low. But there's also isn't like the money I don't believe getting put towards the game, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what exactly happens with Pokemon TCG Pocket. I think it will be good. I'll actually pull up this. article. Yeah, this is the article showing some stuff in it. Oh, we got some moving Charizards. Um, yeah, we got some cards, we got a bunch of different things, but here's an image of the game. This is actually the collection viewer, I believe. So that's cool. Display boards, binders, decks. We got some cool stuff here. The cards are all like exclusive. They're, I believe, all exclusive. For example, this Gardevoir. That did not zoom in as much as I thought it was. But this Gardevoir you can see here in the middle is like it's a new card. I talked about the like gameplay and rules in depth in a video to the best of my ability, as I did not or the new cards as well, and to the best of my ability in a video a while ago. This article was posted in February, late February. So you can check that one out. I am really excited for this. It released on iOS and Android. Okay, so or iOS. I guess that's how most people say it. But yeah, so it looks like exclusively mobile. It's certainly designed for that, as it's all in portrait mode. It's not obviously ideal for like a computer, but I think it's I don't know. I'm just interested in seeing Pocket. I wanted to make a Pocket video for a while, and there was literally no news, but now we have some. But oh, and this will mean it's available internationally. I didn't say that, but it's going to be available internationally almost certainly, which is really good. Pokemon DG Live has not been available internationally. It's been available in well the quote international countries, which do not include Japan, do not include a number of Asian countries, um, a number of African countries, I believe, and I don't know if it covers all of Europe. I don't know. I know it includes the U.S., which is where I am, and a number of European countries and North American countries and South American countries and Oceania, the countries like Australia and stuff. Um, but it doesn't like, include Japan. That's like the big one. Obviously, Pokemon is pretty big in Japan, and so Pokemon is actually making a virtual game to play. But this is not necessarily. It's like related to live, but it's well, it's related to live because it's an online way to play Pokemon TCG, but there aren't replacements for each other. Um, at least not in like in a really direct sense because they do play very differently. As a player's perspective, they're not really supposed to be replacement for one another. I do think actually live will pick up when Pocket picks up. I don't know. There's gonna be some weird stuff. Pokemon TCG Live is yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make a video talking about Pocket though. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts down below. I think I think Pocket's gonna be super cool. I think it'll be kind of weird as well. I'm not exactly sure the purpose of it. Well, no. Oh, it's not free to play. It's free to start, which means it's not free to play. So yeah, here we go. Free to start, which means that you can get some stuff for free. 2 free packs. Yep. And then you need to pay money beyond that, which I guess I will be doing if I'm going to cover it. Tell me if you want me to cover it as well, like play it, because it's a mobile game, which doesn't make as good regular video cover content to cover. But I'm looking forward to playing it. I think it'll be cool. It might be kind of like cash grabby. We'll see. I hope not. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it though, and I hope you are too. But as always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking, subscribing, hitting the bell, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.